Thank you. Thank you very much, Director Free. Thank you. I just want to say what a pleasure it is to be here in Paris when you can work positively across the aisle, because this is something that Democrats and Republicans have worked on together for a very long time. And we appreciate Maryam Rajavi and all of you for the opportunity to find common ground. And I hope we can do that more in after this coming election. I also want to congratulate the resistance on the size of this crowd. It's bigger than Donald Trump's rallies. Very good. And I promise not to say anything like what Donald Trump would say. So there are some thank yous that I'm going to make, some of which are unexpected. I do want to thank the State Department. I've had a lot of harsh words for the State Department over the years on the issue of keeping their word to the people now at Liberty and before at Ashraf. And the State Department still has a long way to go. We still have about a little over 1,000 people who are political prisoners held in Iraq, supposedly our ally, who we're giving hundreds of billions of dollars to every year. And for some reason, we can't seem to get these folks out in a timely way. But at least we have made progress since the last time we were here. And I very much hope that we are here next year. And next year will be the last year we're here, because the year after next year, we're going to be having this convention in Tehran. I really hope that next year we are not having to come here and talking about the people who are interned in Camp Liberty, and that we can thank the State Department fully for getting the job done that they promised that they would get done over 10 years ago. I wish I could be more thankful to the United Nations. The United Nations has a human rights charter. I suggest they look at the Human Rights Charter and look at the people and what's going on in human rights at the hands of the Iraqi government and the Iranian government, who is directing the Iraqi government. And I suggest that the United Nations should do their job. And I want to remind my fellow Americans that are at home right now a little bit about the nature of the regime. We've heard a lot about it. I'm not going to go through all the statistics, but not only have they murdered 2,500 of their own people in the last 3 years under the supposed moderate Rouhani, but they have helped murder 250,000 Syrian civilians by supporting the butcher of Damascus, Bashar al-Assad. Like Jose Manuel Barroso, I'm not a hardliner on the agreement. I think you have to engage with your enemies. But what I am is a believer that when you draw a red line, you are obligated for the security of your country to make sure that that red line is not crossed, and that if it is crossed, that there are consequences. And this is not a partisan event, but I'm supporting Hillary Clinton because I believe that she is going to keep those red lines intact and do something if somebody crosses them, particularly the mullahs in Tehran. And let me remind my Americans at home that this is not just a matter of something that's going on in Iraq or Iran, that Rafsanjani and Khamenei were in the room when the decision was made by the Iranian Intelligence Committee to blow up the Jewish Center in Buenos Aires, Argentina. These people are war criminals, and they should be treated as war criminals. They should be indicted. They should be brought to The Hague for murdering Jews in other countries. We want somebody who just happens to be here with a 10-point plan in Iran to support people of all religions. We want in Iran what you are asking for, which is a secular government that respects Christians as well as Muslims, as well as Zoroastrians, as well as Jews. We do not have that. These people have Jewish blood on their hands in Argentina, and we should remind them of that, and we should take them to The Hague. Finally, I am a human rights advocate, and I have strong disagreements with the government of Saudi Arabia. But I cannot thank the Saudis enough for sending one of the most high-ranking people for the longest period of time to this convention to say what Prince Turki, His Royal Highness, said. I think there are a lot of people who understand international diplomacy, including me, whose jaws were on the ground as a result of His Highness's speech. That was an extraordinary thing. He has just rearranged the map in the Middle East. We usually don't have breaking news out of these conventions, this worldwide importance. What the Saudis have done here today is of worldwide importance. I guarantee you that the regime of the mullahs will notice, that the State Department of the United States will notice, that the Europeans will notice, that the Chinese will notice. What the Saudis have done for you is an extraordinary game changer. I personally am very grateful to them for standing up for human rights in what I hope will soon be an Iran that is governed by a democratically elected president. Thank you very much.